Hi, this is Vicki with My Paper Connection. I'm so glad that you are joining me tonight. As you can see, I am in my happy place. My sunroom, which just happens to be my studio, is my happy place, and I love to spend lots and lots of time in here, sitting with the Lord, reading a devotional, or sitting with a cup of coffee with my pets, or whatever. But this is where I do my stamping and my lives, my videos, all that kind of stuff. And so I always like to start my night out with a Facebook Live with something positive. And I've kind of been camping out with the devotional from Bob Goff, Live in Grace, Walk in Love. And I don't share the whole thing, but a lot of times there will just be just a catchphrase that he'll do. And I'll think, wow, that really stands out to me. And I think it was yesterday, the devotional read said, God can't add beautiful things to our hearts if there's no room in our lives. So if we don't have room, if we're holding on to things from the past, if we're holding on to things that we shouldn't be holding on to, then we need to let that go. There's actually a scripture that says, Isaiah 43:18-19, that talks about forgetting the former things of the past and moving on and to a new thing. And so that's my word for you today. If you messed up yesterday, if you messed up last week, if you messed up 10 years ago and you haven't let go of it, let go of it. Let go of it. Move on. And let God do a new thing in your life. And also, I wanted to encourage you to really take advantage of the time that we have. These are unprecedented times. We may not see times like this again. Although we may, who knows, this may last for a while. But take moments to do things that you don't normally do. My husband and I actually went to, he asked me if I'd go run errands with him the other night, or the other afternoon. And I don't usually, because he usually takes too long. But I was like, sure. And he had it in mind. He wanted to go to get something to eat. Well, we can't eat in anywhere. So he stopped us off at the Pita Street, I think that's the name of it, and we went in and we got food. And you know what, we opened up the tailgate of the truck and we sat there and swung our legs and had a picnic on the tailgate of his truck. And it was such a great moment, and it was something, I will cherish that moment. And then yesterday was my grandson's 15th birthday, and he can't have a party, he can't have a lot of people there or anything like that, but we met them and we picked up Chick-fil-A. And we went over and put lawn chairs out in the Kinetics parking lot on 96 next to Kroger. And we just sat there and had a little birthday picnic. And you know what? I don't think he's going to forget his 15th birthday, where he got to have a picnic with his Kiki and Opa in the Kinetics parking lot. So take advantage of these times and make new memories. Don't despise the journey. So many times we're on journeys that are difficult, and we tend to despise the process and despise the journey. And I would say find something that you can make a memory out of through this time. And let go of the past. Let go if you had a bad day and you blew it yesterday on your diet, or if you, whatever, let go of it. If you bit your husband's head off, let go of it. Or if you bit your kid's head off, let go of it. And just start a new day today and create some space so that the Lord can do some really cool things in your life. Okay? All right. I always like to show my happy mail. And this week, my happy mail, look at this. Isn't that beautiful with the butterflies? This is from Denise Bryant. Denise is part of Tribe Tales. She's part of a community of stampers that I'm a part of, and she's a very sweet lady. And she wrote me such a sweet card and sent this to me. This is from my best friend, Kim Kluge. And she stamped these birds on here. And then she took the time to fussy cut out around these. Look at the effect that has. Isn't that awesome? Whoops, there we go. I just love that. I think it's so cool how she did this. Okay, so this is from a lady in California. I think she might be in California. She's a part of the Lovely Stampers group, which is a part of the group that I'm a part of. And her name is Karen Nevin. And on the back, it's a one sheet card. It doesn't open or anything. But it's got a house on the front with a little rhinestone that's like your light, porch light. She embossed this and She rubbed probably terracotta tile ink over it. It's really cool. It looks distressed. And it says on a sticker on the back, "From door to door, I'm spreading cheer to help in this time of uncertain fear. Karen." Isn't that cool? And then I had sent a card to my husband's aunt and uncle in St. Louis. She doesn't make cards yet, although she wants to. And she sent me this beautiful card. So I love Happy Mail. And if you would like Happy Mail, if you would like to be encouraged and have some Happy Mail, just send me your email or your mailing address and I'll send some to you. Okay, I did want to show you one more thing before I start creating. I just recently emailed, I put it on Facebook, and I also put it on my Paper Connection website that I'm going to be doing a card class to go. And basically what that means is, since we can't get together right now, I'm doing a card class to go where you can purchase, for $20, you can purchase all the supplies, which include the papers. I'll even send the little center to the flower. The flower will be punched out already. For $20, you don't get the stamp set or ink, but you get everything else. And these are pretty enough that you could actually do them without stamping if you don't want to buy stamps and ink. But for $35, if you wanted to purchase the stamp set and you have inks, then you could purchase the stamp set and then you would be able to make 6 cards. Be sure and check it out on my website. I would love you to check that out. I'm going to do a Zoom call. So those who purchase the card kit to go or card class to go will be invited onto a Zoom call, and I will show you how to make these cards on a Zoom call. So it'll be like you're stamping with me. And you'll have all of the supplies and everything in advance. Okay, I think that is all the business that I wanted to cover. So now I'm just going to get started playing. Okay. All right, so this week I have been working with, the feature product of the week has been Beautiful Friendship. And what I was going to show you, I'm going to create this, I'm going to create this for you. But in our catalog, and I haven't checked the new catalog yet, but in our catalog you can purchase these card packs. And look, I didn't do anything to that other than stamp a stamp on it. I mean, that's all I did. There's no embellishments, there's no ribbons, there's nothing special about that other than it's just a beautiful image. And I'll show you how to do that right here. This is the way these come. You get these small envelopes to go with them. They're $7, and I don't remember exactly how many that you get, but it's really easy to make a really simple card using this. And if you have a stamp set and some ink, you can make some beautiful cards, and you don't even have to have the investment of all the papers. I'm going to do a hydrangea. Hi, Michelle. It's nice to see you on here. And I was going to tell you guys too, if you watch tonight and you share it on your page, and I see that you share it and make a comment, your name will be put in for a drawing, and it'll be a nice drawing. So, okay, so back to the project. This is a hydrangea, and I don't know if you can see it on camera, but there are certain spots that have different texture than others, and those spots will come out darker, just like right here. And it just makes such a pretty image. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp 2 of them. See how it comes out darker? It's really cool. And I'm even going to stamp over the other one. It's okay, just like that. Then I'm going to come in with my Pear Pizzazz, and I'm going to stamp full strength with my Pear Pizzazz. Oops, I lost my stamp there. I'm going to stamp full strength, and I'm going to go in like the little areas that have the little indentions, and then I will stamp off as well. And that gives you, I don't know, it looks like there's more flowers, and it just gives you interest, I guess. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Hi, Carolyn. Here we go. I didn't stamp off on that one that 3rd time over there. But I like to do it 3 times because you get 3 degrees of color on there. This is what you call simple stamping. There's really nothing to it. It's just stamping, and that is it. And then I'm just going to come in. I'm using Hello from the Beauty Abounds stamp set. Just going to stamp that up, and right in there where that little area, vacant area is at, I'm just going to stamp Hello right there. And that's it. I mean, look how easy that is to make a really lovely card. I think my camera's kind of, or my phone's a little crooked. Hopefully that made it better and not worse. But this is such a great deal when you can get these small cards. It's not a huge investment, and then the envelopes come with them. And it makes a really, really easy card. So that is a simple card, okay? Hi, Julianne. Hi, Dorothy. Nice to see you, ladies. This is the next card that I'm going to make. And I'm using, tonight, I guess it's just a night for hydrangeas, which happen to be one of my favorite. It's not my favorite, but my favorite actually happens to be the Stargazer Lily. But it's one of my favorite cards. Or not cards, flowers. I'll get it right in a second. And I'm going to use the Seaside Spray. I'm actually pairing up two colors. I'm using Seaside Spray and Blueberry Bushel. And let me just tell you, I love a Blueberry Bushel. And unfortunately, it's going away March. I need to start over again, I think. It's going away June 3rd. On June 3rd, it's going away. It's an in color, and it's a beautiful color. But it will be leaving us, and it will be replaced with 5 other colors. The in colors are. Okay, so I am going to take my hydrangea, and I'm inking it up with Seaside Spray, and then I'm going to take my Blueberry Bushel marker, and I'm going to do a technique called thumping. And basically, you just tap it across your stamp while you're turning your stamp, and then it just kind of, it will leave a darker area. Now, I told you that on this other card, that you do get a darker area, but I wanted it to be even more pronounced. So that's what I did. You thump it with your marker. I then huff on it a little bit, so, and then you just stamp it like that, okay? I'll rub it a little bit there. I'm gonna re-ink it again. I'm gonna use my blueberry marker and just thump on it a little bit more. This is great when you're doing trees and you want there to be like multicolors in your tree. If you're doing a light color and then you just add lots of different colors to it, it really will give your tree a lot of interest. Huff on it again. I'm gonna overlap, and I'm okay with that. And then I'm stamping it one more time. Okay, I did forget something. Hold on one second. I have plenty of these though. I had forgotten my sentiment. So let me clean my hello off, and I'm gonna ink, whoops, I need to do that in Blueberry Bushel. So let me put that Seaside Spray aside, bring my Blueberry Bushel out. I'm really gonna miss Blueberry Bushel. So I'm gonna just stamp hello in Blueberry Bushel. I don't like it, it got a little bit too high. So I'm just gonna come down a little bit and do it again. These are my scraps that I save whenever I'm cutting Whisper White out. And they work perfectly. I don't save all of them because I would have a ton of scraps. But whenever I'm cutting my Whisper White out for the inside or my card fronts, there's usually about a 1/2 inch long that's left. So I keep some of them, and I use them for just cases like this. All right, so I can put that stamp aside, and I'm going to bring in my Pear Pizzazz, and I also used Garden Green, and I stamped off before I stamped on there. Let's see, some other people have come on. Hi, Kim Kluge. Nice to see you. Thank you. Pretty colors. I know. I love the Seaside Spray. All right, so I'm bringing in Pear Pizzazz, and I'm going to use this larger cluster. And again, I'm just going to go into those crease areas, and I'm going to stamp 3 times. I'm going to clean it off, and I'm coming in with Garden Green, and I'm just going to stamp again. I didn't want the full strength of the Garden Green, but I did want it to have that varied color in it. And I'm pretty much just going to surround it. I'm going to surround my flowers. I don't know if you have hydrangea plants in your yard or not. Let me just go ahead and do these other ones. I do, and I love them, but they get so bushy. And I'll tell you a little secret. If you will trim them back in, like I think it is June. It has to be before June. If you'll trim them back then the next year you'll get lots of really pretty blooms. But if you trim them back after that, you will cut out the blooms that are in the stems because the stems are already loaded. I had that happen one time when my in-laws were living with us, and my father-in-law, bless him, he was really trying hard to be helpful. And he did a lot of great things for us, but he didn't know much about hydrangeas. And so one year I had no hydrangeas. Well, this year, my husband thought he was being really helpful, and he cut them all back about 2 weeks ago. So guess what? I'm not going to have any hydrangeas this year. So, how about that? Hi, Cheyenne. I love the card too. Michelle says, what is the name of the stamp set again? It is called Beautiful Friendship. And guess what? Even though, if you're not a demonstrator, you haven't been able to see the new catalog, it's coming back. And I am so excited about that because I really love this stamp set. Look how pretty that image is. I mean, it looks like, I don't know, watercolors or paint or, I don't know. It's just beautiful. I wish I could do that with a paintbrush. All right, so I am going to just glue this on. And by the way, if you're wanting to know the sizes and all that of these, I have no clue. I make them, I write them down, and then I put them on my website, and then it's just gone. I don't remember after that. So I will have this loaded onto my website at www.mypaperconnection.com so that you can get the sizes. All three of the cards will have the sizes, the colors, everything about them on my website tomorrow. It'll probably be afternoon. I have most of it done except the actual video edited and recorded and all of that. So here we go. Aren't these colors gorgeous? I'm really going to miss Blueberry Bushel. It's just so pretty. And then I'm just going to take a dimensional and I'm going to pop up that little hello. I'm just going to use one and stick this right in here. Put it right here. And then I'm going to take some of these beautiful little metallic pearls. These are actually going to go away and they're beautiful. So if you want some, you better get them before June 3rd because they'll be gone. And I always like to put 3 if I can pick the things up. I don't know about you guys, but it seems like the humidity, I don't know what it is, but half the time I chase these things around. When I'm doing my videos, I end up cutting out a lot of it because I'm chasing them. Anyway, isn't that beautiful? Those colors are just fantastic. I love, and that thumping technique. What do you guys think of that? I love that you can do more than one color if you want to and really create a lot of interest. And I love that I use the different colors, even if I'm patting myself on the back here, sorry, but I do. I love that I use the different colors of green because a lot of times in nature there are lots of different colors of green, but this is pretty simple. There really wasn't much to it other than stamping and just adding some rhinestones to it. I mean, that was a pretty simple card. So that's my casual type card. So the next one is not quite as simple. This is a beautiful card, and I actually did this at one of my team meetings, a couple of team meetings ago, I think. I love this Mint Macaron color with the Highland Heather. It just is beautiful. And I'll give you a little secret. I am going to be using this die set right here. It's called Delicate Lace. When I bought this die set, it's not going to be coming back in the catalog, but when I bought this die set, and there's 3 of them here, I think it was something like $29. It's in the clearance rack right now, people. This is the one I'm going to use, and look how beautiful that is. So if you have a die cutting machine and you would like these, make sure you check out the catalog or the go shop, because they won't be here long. These are $11.50 right now. So that is a tremendous deal. And you get 3 different style edges. I have. I've actually used all 3 of these. I think this one is my favorite, but it's just gorgeous. Okay. Alrighty. So you have you don't have the markers, you have the blends. Unfortunately, you can't do that with the blends because it will actually dry your stamps out. So you don't want to do that. Okay, I'm going to bring in my Big Shot really quickly, and hopefully I won't shake my table around too much. But I'm going to bring in my Whisper White, and I am going to, I can tell you the size of this one. It is 4 by 5 1/4. And I'm just going to bring it in along in here. I'm going to try to make sure that it's fairly even, that I have about the same amount of space on each side. And I want to make sure that I don't go off the edge because I don't want that to be cut off. Okay, now I'm just going to run it through. Whoops. I know that probably shook the camera. I'm sorry about that. Okay, that's all I'm going to use my Big Shot for tonight. But look how gorgeous that is. And you really don't even have to do a lot of picking the middles out and all that kind of stuff. It's just so pretty. All right, so I'm using Mint Macaron, and I'm going to put this on top of it. But what I'm doing, and I had never really done this before, but when I designed this card, I decided I was going to use Mint Macaron as my leaves. And I was like, what was I thinking about that? But I loved how it turned out. And the reason why I did it was because the Mint Macaron and the Highland Heather are both in the same color family. So I thought it might really just complement each other, and it really did. So I'm going to use my Highland Heather, and I'm just going to, ooh, it looks like I still have some of that blueberry bushel. Hold on one second, see if I can get that off of there. Hi, Teresa. Thank you. I'm glad you joined me tonight. I said it earlier, but if you guys share the live and you make a comment, your name will go in a drawing, and you'll get something cool if you win. All right, so I'm just stamping those 2. It kind of bothered me in the beginning that there was this little spot right here, and that's why I put that in the middle. But I got over it, and I realized it. You know, with this other card that I did, it really didn't bother me too much when I added the leaves to it. That I just love this set, and I am so glad that it came back. So glad. All right, so this time I'm going to use the 2 leaves, and I'm going to use my Mint Macaron, and I'm just going to go in. I don't want it to be quite as busy as the other ones are. I want it to be a little more understated. So just going to go in here, right down in here. And I think that's all I did, was just those 4 that just kind of did each end. And then I'm going to bring in my Mint Macaron ribbon. I love this ribbon. It's so pretty. And I always just put a glue dot on the back, and I put it around like that. Then I cut it off, and I put another glue dot. I was kind of cold whenever I started to do this, and so I wore this jacket thing. And the sleeves are so big, they're just kind of all over the place. Thankfully, I haven't gotten it in ink yet. Okay, and that just secured my ribbon in place. All right, so there's a couple ways you can do this. You can actually tie your bow and stick it on with a glue dot, or you could actually come up under it and you can tie a bow right here. Did I tell them that I got promoted? No, I didn't, but I did. I am so excited. Sandra texted me last night I couldn't sleep after that hardly. She texted me and told me that I got promoted to Silver Elite. I'm so excited, and I thank everybody who has supported me and helped me along this journey. Every one of my team members, every one of my customers. I am loving this journey, and I thank you all. It's so exciting. Okay, I think I need to tame that down a little bit. I struggle with promoting myself, but I can leave Sandra up to do it. She does it every time. She's such a good upline, and she promotes me so well. Thank you, Sandra. Okay. All right, so there is my, and it still seems a little bigger than I want it to be. And typically what I do is I will stick a glue dot up under there to make sure it stays where I want it so that it won't actually move around or anything. So we'll do that, trim it off like this. It's another hint too. It's a lot easier to cut it off whenever you have it secured in place. So there we go. Okay, and the only thing I have left to do with this is to just stamp my sentiment, which I think I forgot to put on. What did I do? Okay, here it is. Excuse me, y'all. Okay, birthdays are the best. Now, I actually forgot to put it on a block, so hold on one second. Here we go. And I'm just going to use the Highland Heather. Oh, thank you, Sandra. I learned from the best. Thank you, Julianne. Wahoo is right, Dorothy. So exciting. All right, so I'm just going to take my punch. This is the Everyday Label Punch. And I'm just going to punch that out like that. Then I'm taking a piece of the Mint Macaron and going to punch it. I was cutting it close with the size of this, punching it out like that. And then I'm just going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut this in half like that. It's a little trick Sandra taught me. And then you just put a little glue on the back. You can also punch out more than one, but I don't really like having the bulk behind it. So I will just usually cut it in half and do it that way. And you can do that with almost any punch. I saw in the new catalog yesterday where we have I think it's a couple of new punches that I'm pretty excited about. You can't see the catalog until I can mail it out to you. And if you would like a catalog, if you're a customer and you would like a catalog, please let me know and I'll be happy to get one out to you. I'm looking for I just throw stuff everywhere. You should see my desk right now. But just let me know and I'll be happy to get a new catalog out to you when they're available to us. I can order them on May 5th. And then customers can order from the new catalog in June. And I'm so excited about what all's in it. So, okay. All right, so just like that, I created a border around it. And then I'm just gonna put it in here, right here in the middle. And it kind of covers up that spot where the two flowers meet. Then all I have to do is to glue it onto my card front. But don't you love that lace? It is so pretty. I'm really sad that it's going away, but I'm glad for you guys that you can have the opportunity to get it for $11.50. Can you believe that? What a deal. Okay, then you just position it in place. And I'm usually a huge layering person. Dorothy always tells me, you really like your layers, and I do. I love layers, but you know what? You don't need any more layers than just that. That is so pretty to me. It's such a beautiful card. And let's see, the only thing left is some pearls, and I'll be done with that one. All right, so just gonna stick a pearl here. Again, I like to do it in threes, and I'll stick one over here too. And there you go. So I'll show you a recap for those that weren't here to begin with. These are note cards, and if you're not wanting to get into a big investment of papers and all that kind of stuff, this is a great way to do simple stamping with a simple note card, and it comes with the envelopes. So this is simple stamping. This is, I don't know, is it casual stamping? I think it's called casual stamping. And this would be called more like an avid stamper, like what an avid stamper would do. But just to show you, it's the same stamp set, but look at the at how you can step it up every time. The last thing I wanted to show you are the cards that are on some other cards that I made using the same stamp set. Here's one that is also simple stamping that I used with that little note card, and I ended up using a Jackie Bolheis trick, and she uses the black memento a lot. And so I did the same thing here. This is actually, the front of this is the exact same size as this. And you can see how I just stepped it up by putting a little black layer behind it and then putting it on Highland Heather and Petal Pink. And I went ahead and just did the black ink and backed it with black to just bring all that together. And then those were just for fun. Okay, so I'm particularly proud of this one. This is yesterday's card on my YouTube video. And so if you want to know how to make that, just go look at yesterday's video of this one. It is so pretty. And I don't know, maybe you guys can tell me if these are roses or peonies. I really don't know. It kind of makes me think peonies with those little stamens in the middle, but it is such pretty flowers. I mean, I absolutely love it. Okay, and so you guys get a sneak peek of what's coming Saturday. This is my fun fold card from Saturday, and it tucks in right here. So it's a gatefold card. And when you put your sentiment right here, you can just tuck this up under it, and it keeps it in place. It's kind of hard if you don't have something because it wants to kind of buck up a little bit. But I just love the hydrangea and the little yellow flowers that are, I mean, it's just so happy. So happy. Okay, so do you guys have any questions? Again, if you want a catalog, be sure to let me know, and I will get one out to you as soon as I have them. Okay, that's it. Thank you, everybody. I hope you have a great night. Thank you for joining me. Bye.